Welcome. Today, we're going to make Medicare easy. In less than 20 minutes, you're going to know the key steps to take, when to take them, and how to take them. I'm Medicare Mike. Let's get started. So, over the next 20 minutes, we're going to cover if you need to enroll in Medicare, what the parts of Medicare are, what does it cost, what does it cover, which ones you need, which ones you don't, how to decide between a Medicare Advantage and Medicare Supplement, what to do about prescription drug coverage, and what's my role in this process? How do I fit in? So first off, if you have current health insurance through an employer or your spouse's employer and you plan on continuing that coverage past age 65, you might be able to delay starting Medicare. There's some specific criteria to meet, so we should probably talk to review your situation to make sure that you can do that. Now, if that's not you, where you're like most people and you're going to be looking to start Medicare, well, first question is, have you started receiving your Social Security benefits? If you have, you're going to be automatically signed up. Watch for your card in the mail from Health and Human Services. The rest of it, you can just toss right away. If you haven't started your Social Security benefits yet, you will need to enroll in Medicare. Here's how to do that. So there's 3 ways you can enroll. Online is usually going to be the fastest for most people, and you can do this 3 months before you actually turn 65. Now, what are you actually applying for? It's called Original Medicare. It's made up of 2 parts. Part A is your hospital coverage. Part B is your doctor medical coverage. Now, as far as what this costs, most people pay $148.50 a month for this, but that could be higher based on your income. Key to know, though, it's not comprehensive coverage by itself. There's a hospital deductible. So it's $1,484, and what's unique is it's every time you go to the hospital. Usually something like this would be once a year. But this is different, where if you have to go to the hospital, you're going to pay this almost $1,500. If you come back out and you go back in, let's say 3 months later, you're going to have to pay that all over again. So that's pretty unique. Now, the way the Part B side, that doctor and medical, works is you've got a smaller once per year deductible of $203. And then after that, Medicare only covers 80%. So you've got the other 20, but what's unique about this is there's no cap on the 20% that you pay. So no matter how big that bill is, you've got 20%. I mentioned most people pay that regular amount, that $148.50 for that Part B premium. But if your income from 2 years ago was higher, you might be paying more. So if this impacts you, let me know. Let's talk, because there might still be options to reduce that amount if something has changed in your life, such as retirement. Now, I know it feels like there's 100 different options out there as far as helping with some of those gaps that we just talked about, but all of them fall into just 2 groups: Medicare Advantage or a Medicare Supplement. Now, everything in life has its pros and cons, so let's point out what those are. We'll start with Medicare Advantage, and you can see which one fits your priorities. Now, with Medicare Advantage, the first thing to know is these are not a supplement. They do not work with your original Medicare that we talked about. They work instead. So you get your benefits from an insurance company. They set up a plan and a network of doctors that you have to stay in, so you're restricted to only seeing the doctors and hospitals that work with that specific plan. Now, Joe Namath calls these the $0 all-in-one Medicare plan. Most of them include prescription coverage. That's why they're considered all-in-one. But it's a little misleading, because the insurance company might charge you $0, or some of them might charge extra. But you still pay your Part B premium, which is almost $150 a month, and you have to pay that in order to get one of these ones. It's just the insurance company gets paid from Medicare to provide you your benefits, so they might not charge you anything else. But you still have costs, because it works more like traditional health insurance, where you have costs whenever you use the plan. So it could be co-pays for a doctor visit, higher co-pay for a specialist, or maybe even a percentage of something major like cancer treatments. The good news is these plans do have a cap. It's called the maximum out of pocket, and that's your worst case scenario. For in-network services, now this varies by plan. Some of them are lower depending on where you're at, but it could be up to as high as $7,550 in 2021, and that amount limit is raised each year. So that's a key thing to know, that your exposure could be that high. So with that, let's switch over to option 2, Medicare supplements, also known as Medigap. Multiple words mean the same thing. I know it can be confusing, but they're talking about the same thing. So how this works is you're going to pay an additional premium, usually $100 to $120 per month, but then you only have one small deductible each year, $203. After that, no more deductible, no copay, no percentage, and you can see any doctor, any hospital nationwide. As long as they accept Medicare, and almost everyone does, you're good. The other good news is Medicare decides what's covered, how it's covered. So your doctor bills Medicare, and Medicare bills the insurance company and says, pay this. Easy for you, no hoops to jump through. This is more of an a la carte style setup though, because RX coverage, prescription coverage, is not included, but I will help you with that and sorting through the plans. Normally, most people end up with a drug plan between $15 and $25 a month. So key things to know. One time in your life, when you're first starting Medicare, you are guaranteed to be approved for any Medicare plan that you want. If you decide to start with an Advantage plan, and 2-3 years from now you decide, I want to pay that extra premium for that extra coverage, at that point you'd have to go through a health review. And based on your health history, the insurance company gets to decide if they'll accept you. They might accept you but charge you more, or they may say, no, we're not going to offer you coverage. So it's much easier. You can always go from a supplement to an Advantage plan later if you choose, no questions asked. So this is the biggest decision my clients have to make. From here, it's really easy for me to guide you through the next steps, but you have to decide, do you prefer Medicare Advantage or Medicare supplements? Now, if you prefer Advantage, then it's time to talk. We'd have to look at which doctors, hospitals you prefer, how your medications are covered, so we can narrow down the plans to see which one's going to be a good fit based on your situation. So you can call me, you can email me, or there's a link down below in the description where you can check my calendar, set up an appointment with me. If you're considering a Medicare supplement and not sure, keep watching for a few more minutes, and then we'll go over that. Because if you're choosing Medicare supplements, time to go shopping. The first thing to know, Medicare supplements are standardized. So they have names with plan letters like Plan G or Plan N, which are going to be the two most popular options. Any plan with the same letter, such as Plan G, works the exact same way as a Plan G with any other company. But even Medicare says this. There can be big differences in the premiums that different insurance companies charge for exactly the same coverage. So how do you compare them? You can call each company directly, and if you call 10 companies, you're going to listen to 10 sales pitches on why that company's the best. Or I can make it even easier for you. So here's a comparison I did for one of my clients. I had looked at over 20 companies. This is an example of 4 of them. One company charges $120 a month. Another charges more than $200 for the exact same coverage. Same doctors, covers the same bills in the same way. So we can set up a time to review the companies in your area so you can get great coverage and make sure that you're getting a great bang for your buck. Now we're on to prescription drug coverage. Now these plans are sold by insurance companies and are approved by Medicare. They're not identical, but they do have minimum standards they have to meet. So I'll help you review your options based on the medications you need covered and the pharmacy you want to use. Those are going to be the 2 biggest factors as far as which plan to choose that impact your total costs. I'm here to help review this each year for you so you don't have to go through this on your own. So what's my role? Well, I started my practice so I could be independent, work with more than 20 companies. That way I'm not limited in how I can help you. Because Really, I work as an advocate for you, not only now as we're getting started through this transition, but also moving forward with any questions on claims, customer service, or even reviewing your coverage each year to make sure your coverage is still the right fit for you. So what does this cost? Well, $0. You never pay me anything. You never pay extra for using me as your independent broker. The company you choose pays me a commission for helping you enroll and continuing to provide service for you once your coverage is active. And the price is set by the company, so if you enroll through me, if you call the company, or if you even go to their website and sign up that way, the price you pay is the exact same. It's just they pay me a commission or they list an internal agent and keep that money and let you wander through on your own. So now what? Reach out to me. We can set up a time to wrap everything up for you. It'll take less than 20 minutes. You can be done with all this Medicare stuff, move on with your life, because you've got me in your corner. So you can call me, 855-712-7316. You'll get me directly. You can email me, or there's a link down below where you can check out my calendar and set up a time with me. Talk to you soon. Because once we're actually done, you're going to know what companies are good ones, which to avoid, when to actually complete your transition so you avoid any penalties, making sure that you can see the doctors that you want, and maybe most important, get great coverage based on your budget. So remember, choosing to do nothing is making a decision. Sometimes doing nothing can be the most expensive decision of all. Schedule your call with me now. Let's talk soon. Wrap.